My neighbor kept leaving gifts at my door. Then I discovered the truth. I moved into my new apartment about 6 months ago. It wasn't anything fancy, just a small unit in a quiet, older building. I was living alone for the first time, so I was kind of nervous, but also excited. A couple of weeks after moving in, I noticed something weird. I'd come home from work, and there would be little things left at my door. A small box of chocolates, a single flower, sometimes a cute little trinket like a keychain. There were no notes, no explanations. At first, I thought it was a welcome gift from one of my neighbors, or maybe the building management. I asked around, the lady downstairs, the old man who walks his dog every morning, but no one admitted to it. Some people even joked, saying, "Ooh, secret admirer." I laughed it off. I mean, who wouldn't want to believe something sweet like that? But then it started getting stranger. One day, I found a framed photo of me, but it wasn't a photo I recognized. It looked like it had been taken while I was sitting at a nearby cafe, just casually scrolling on my phone, drinking coffee. My stomach dropped. This wasn't cute anymore. This was creepy. I threw the photo away and tried to brush it off. Maybe some prank. Maybe a friend trying to mess with me. But deep down, I felt like I was being watched. A week later, I came home to find a note slipped under my door. It said, "You looked beautiful today. Red really suits you." That day, I was wearing a red dress. I hadn't posted it on social media. No selfies. Which meant, whoever it was, they saw me. In person. I started to get paranoid. I changed my routines. Took different routes to work. Started checking over my shoulder more often. But I still had no idea who was behind it. Until one night. It was almost midnight. I was in bed, scrolling on my phone, when I heard a soft knock on my door. I froze. Who knocks at midnight? I didn't move. I didn't make a sound. After a minute, I crept out of bed, peeked through the peephole, and saw nothing. But then, a shadow moved. I watched as my neighbor from across the hall, Tom, stepped back into view. Tom was maybe mid-40s, quiet, lived alone. I'd spoken to him briefly when I first moved in, just small talk in the hallway. But I never thought much of him. He slipped something under my door, looked around, and went back into his apartment. I waited until I heard his door click shut. Then I checked. It was another note. This one said, "I wish you'd open the door. I just want to talk." My heart was pounding. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I called my landlord. Told him what was happening. He brushed it off. Said Tom was harmless. That he'd lived there for years. But I didn't feel safe. I started keeping a bat by my bed. I set up a cheap security camera facing my door. A couple nights later, it caught him. 1 a.m. Tom creeping up to my door, placing another small box and just standing there for 5 minutes. Just standing, watching, breathing heavily. I took the footage to the landlord. He finally agreed to have a word with Tom. Told me he'd warn him to back off. And for a while, things stopped. No gifts, no notes. Until one night, I was walking home from work. It was dark, late, around 10 p.m. I was about to reach my building when I heard footsteps behind me. I turned around. No one was there. But then I heard it again. Faster this time. I started walking quicker, then running. I didn't stop until I got inside my building and bolted the door shut. The next morning, I found a new note. "You run fast, cute." That was it. I went straight to the police. Showed them the footage. The notes. The gifts. They said they'd talk to him. Maybe get a restraining order. But before that could even happen, he was gone. One day, Tom just vanished. I asked the landlord. He said Tom packed up overnight. Left without notice. No forwarding address. No goodbye. That was 3 months ago. But sometimes I still feel like I'm being watched. Sometimes I find little things on my windowsill. Like someone's been there. A single flower. A coin. And every time I see them, I wonder if Tom ever really left. Or if he's still nearby. Watching. Waiting.